Hi, I'm Abby and I'm going to show you how to play Mad Woman by Taylor Swift. We're going to be in a different key from the original, but if you want to play along with the original, you just have to put your capo on the first fret. Also, if you're one of my patrons, then you can download the lead sheet in the description to follow along. In this song, we have just 4 chords. They're all down here. If you already know them, then feel free to skip ahead. So our first chord is E minor. You're going to put your first finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. Here's E minor. Then our next chord is G. You'll put your first finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Here's G. Then we have D. You'll put your first finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. Here's D. And then our last chord is A. You'll put your first finger on the 1st fret of the 3rd string, and 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Here's A. And those are all the chords that we're going to need. So for our strumming pattern, we're going to be using down, down, up, down, down, up. Sometimes you're going to see the chords in brackets, which means that we're going to split up the strumming pattern between the two. So for example, if we have E minor and G in brackets, we're going to play down, down, up on each chord, like this. Down, down, up, down, down, up. And then when you see standalone chords, you'll play the full strumming pattern. So on D, that'll sound like this. Down, down, up, down, down, up. So the first section we're going to learn is the verse, and I actually snuck in the chord progression already while we were learning the strumming pattern. So what we have is E minor, G in the brackets, and then D. So here's what it sounds like. We have E minor, G, and D. And that's it for the verse progression. It repeats over and over again. It's going to be played 10 times all together. So now here's the verse with the words. What did you think I'd say to that? Does a scorpion sting when fighting back? They strike to kill, and you know I will. You know I will. What do you sing on your drive home? Do you see my face in the neighbor's lawn? Does she smile, or does she mouth a few forever? Next we're going to learn the pre-chorus and the chorus. They actually have the same chord progression, and it's kind of similar in structure to the progression that we had in the verse. So in our brackets we have G, D, and then at the end we go to A. So with the strumming pattern again, we'll do half strums on the chords in the brackets, and then we'll do a full strum on that A chord at the end. So here it is with the strum. We have G, D, and A. And this progression also gets repeated over and over again for the pre-chorus and the chorus. We're going to do it 4 times for the pre-chorus and then 8 times for the chorus. So here it is with the words. And every time you call me crazy, I get more crazy. What about that? And when you say I seem angry, I get more angry. And there's nothing like a mad woman. What a shame she went mad. No one likes a mad woman. You made her like that. And you poke that bear till her claws come out, and you find something to wrap your noose around. And there's nothing like a mad woman. Now we're going to be learning how to play the bridge and the outro. They also share the same chord progression, and this time we have a bit of a longer one. We're going to be playing G, E minor, and then D. Then we have G, D, A. And that second half is actually the same progression as what we had in the pre-chorus and the chorus. So we already know half of what we're learning here. So here it is with the strumming pattern. We have G, E minor, D, then G, D, A. And this progression will be played 6 times all together for the bridge and the outro. So now here it is with the words. I'm taking my time, 'cause you took everything from me. Watching you climb over people like me. The master of spin has a couple side flings. Good wives always know. She should be mad, should be scathing like me, but now I like to mad woman. What a shame she went mad. You made her like that. And that's how you play Mad Woman by Taylor Swift. Please give this video a like for the algorithm and let me know down in the comments what you thought. If you want to support this channel, please subscribe, and there's also a link to my Patreon page in the description. Also, my camera is working again, so I'll be posting the rest of the tutorials very shortly. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!